finally got a new mountain bike and decided it was ridiculous that after all these years riding and racing, I was still a big fat loser who couldn't do wheelies. And when I thought about it, I realized that of course I couldn't do wheelies because I'd never systematically tried to learn how to do wheelies. So I decided to learn, and here's what happened. It's not a how to wheelie video, it's mainly about the mind fuck that gets in your way when you try to learn something new. I started by watching YouTube videos, of course. There are hundreds of wheelie videos on YouTube and they're all good. I mean, they're not all good, but there's something good in most of them. And I watched one of them called Learn to Wheelie in 5 minutes or your money back, or something like that, which I thought was a bit ambitious. So instead I gave myself 7 days to learn to wheelie the length of a tennis court, which is about 24 meters or 80 feet. And this is the classic goal setting that you find in management books, you know, with measurable outcomes and time frame and commitment and all that shit. And I think it was a pretty stupid goal actually, particularly the 7-day thing, because why put a time frame on learning a skill when what you want is the skill, not the time? And you've got no idea what's going to happen. Maybe you're going to be crap at it. I think a better goal would have just been to try heaps of wheelies every day for a week and learn everything I can and keep trying even when I don't feel like it. Anyway, on Tuesday, my first day of trying, I did 5 pedal strokes in a wheelie, which is more than I'd ever done in my life. It's easy, mate. Just throw your torso back and keep your arms straight. Then on day 2, Wednesday, I maxed out at 8. And day 3, although my arms were aching from hundreds of hopeless yanks on the bloody handlebars, I did 12. So, first 3 days I was killing it and super happy about the way things were going. Partly because I'd made it almost impossible not to get on my bike 3 times a day. The bike sat outside my kitchen door right next to the old tennis court, and I didn't wear any special gear, didn't set a duration of practice either. The idea was to just walk out the door 3 times a day and try wheelies, no matter what. And don't worry if it's 5 seconds or 5 minutes, just get out there and try it. But, on day 4, I woke up nervous and completely lacking in confidence. Thing is, I'd been dreaming about wheelies after watching more damn YouTube videos. And in my dream, I decided that the whole idea was pointless and people doing wheelies looked like dickheads. So it's probably not surprising that on day 4 I could barely get the front wheel off the ground. 3 pedals, 1 pedal, no pedal strokes. I just couldn't do it. So I abandoned ship and sulked until lunchtime thinking, what the fuck is wrong with me? 12 pedal strokes day 3, day 4 I can't do any. Then I thought, mate, you are obsessed with pedal strokes. Maybe you should be thinking about balance. So at lunchtime on day 4 I practiced looping out the back, over and over, just trying to bring the bike up straight and over the back wheel through the balance point. So I don't know how many pedal strokes I did at lunchtime on day 4, but I remember it was hard talking myself into wasting a whole session on loops without going for the wheelie pedal stroke tennis court record because, you know, my self-imposed limit of day 7 was coming up fast. But, I'm glad I did talk myself into it because at the end of that day I got on the bike and did 21, twice. And on one of them I managed to feather the brake without slamming down the front wheel because unbelievably this is the first bike I've ever owned with disc brakes. Still not used to brake face being so brakey. Sunday, day 5, I'd had a shit sleep and in the morning I could only do 5 pedals, which made me really angry. And at lunchtime I was still sulking and didn't practice at all because wheelies are dumb, no one cares, and I was done with stupid fucking wheelies. But then I had a nap like a grumpy little baby, and when I got up from my nap I saw this piece of cardboard I'd been scratching notes on every day. And I noticed that even though I'd written embarrassing shit like discouraged and gone backwards, all that self-pity, the numbers undeniably started at 5 pedals on day 1, and on day 4 they were at 21. So even to a self-doubting dickwag like me, it was obvious I'd been making progress. So I got back on my bike and did a 21. That night I was really happy again because my happiness had been going up and down like my front wheel, and I found my absolute favourite wheelie video ever. In that video, Rich Drew asked me a question that I didn't want to answer, but he made me.
Are you using pedal power to keep the front wheel up? Come on, are you? I think you might be. You can lie to me, don't lie to yourself.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
After my hallelujah moment at the Holy Church of Rich, I knew I had to become a better person. So from day 6 I started filming, and this was mainly because I wanted to see what weird wheelie stuff I was doing and what I was doing wrong, but to be honest, it was also to feed my ego because I'd done 21 pedal strokes on 2 different days. They were probably flukes, but at the back of my mind I was starting to think that maybe I was actually going to pull this off and wheelie the tennis court in 7 days. Anyway, day 6, I didn't set a new record, but I realised that I'd started to enjoy it again. Day 7 arrived, D-Day, no pressure. Long story short, I failed, never made the full tennis court, maxed out at 15 pedals, and that was that. Back to normal life as a guy who can't wheelie. Tried it, didn't make it, too bad. Bye. But, I realised I couldn't go back to normal life, could I? Because I'd become so addicted to this practice. Now I didn't give a flying fuck how many days it took. I was loving it. I was totally absorbed in it. When I was doing wheelies, nothing else existed. No phones, no work, no attention economy, nothing. My mind was 100% wheelie, and it was intoxicating. So after failing my 7-day challenge, I kept going. I was a bit rusty when I got back a few days later for day 8, but I was also kind of proud at feeling rusty. It's something I couldn't even do yet. Anyway, I didn't manage to wheelie very far, but now that 7-day goal setting bullshit was over, I didn't care. And then, right on dusk, just when I was about to put away the bike, this happened. This happened. Look, I know it ain't far, but hell yeah! That was easily one of the coolest, best feelings ever. So pointless and so satisfying at the same time. After that first taste of victory, I couldn't wait for day 9. And so as the first snow of winter fell from the sky, I popped up that front wheel and did the tennis court again. And again. And lots more times over the next few days. So there you have it. All my life I've been a guy who can't do wheelies. Now I'm a guy who can. Not perfectly. Not every time. Not forever. Not on a road bike. Not uphill on a single track in a thunderstorm, blindfolded with a goat sitting on my head. But at least the length of one tennis court.